All there is to do is laugh. Everything is joyful, everything is love, everything is beauty and grace. Lest you say, ah, this should not be this way. This is miserable. This is horrible. Oh, the pain, the horror. You are indeed an actor who struts and frets his time upon the stage, full of sound and fury. Beloveds, understand that you choose at every moment how it is that your life unfolds, how it is that your life appears before you. Some of the choices are indeed conscious, and then there are many, 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 which are held within the realms of the seeming subconscious and the unconscious that are directing you and guiding you in the ways that you think and the things that you say, how you treat yourself, how you treat others. And all that you are ever meant to do, beloveds, is to experience the energy and the emotion that moves through you at any particular time. Just to allow yourself to seemingly walk through water. There is not the effort of needing to swim. You manifest gills and you walk into the waters of life. And you live and you breathe, and each experience, each moment is yet another opportunity to love yourself, to love the circumstances, to love the beings that are around you. And you look and you say, but beloved Yeshua, look at all of these atrocities. Look at all of this pain. Look at all of this misery. Really? Are you sure it is so? Or is it a judgment that you have cast upon it? For truly, everything that you see has all the meaning that you have given to it. I know you have heard this one before. But if you can get to the mechanism of what it is within you that says, and this I shall allow to cause pain, and this I shall allow to cause grief, and this I shall allow to cause suffering and misery, and this I shall allow to cause guilt, and this I shall allow to cause shame, and this shall anger me, and this shall make me fearful. If you make those elections, beloveds, do not hold on to them. Allow them to move through you, and instead look for how you can apply the elixir of love to all of that. And in doing that, and in releasing that, you express it and it moves on. And it is that simple. Now, while this sounds simple, many of you will struggle with this, many of you will suffer with this. But really, the next time you find someone, you find a certain situation that is frustrating to you, ask how you have created this. Ask how you have established this. Ask how you have brought forth this circumstance. What are you meant to learn from it? How are you meant to reconcile this with what you know of love to be? If you can find yourself loving in each and every circumstance, with nothing to defend, with nothing to resist, rather an embracing of every moment of your life. When you have a wife who you feel does not give you what it is that you want from her, ask what it is that you have not given to yourself. When you have a husband that you feel is not meeting your expectations, look within and say, where have I fallen short on giving to myself? If you feel that something irritates you, look to see what it is inherent inside of it, and look to see where you yourself commit that same behavior. Everything is a reflection of you, beloveds. Everything, everyone. Everyone is given to you as a lesson, a beautiful lesson in love. Can you allow yourself to love every being that comes before you, every circumstance? Have you ever really lost anything? You may have objects disappear. What is the lesson? To release attachment, to realize that none of it is real. If you lose a hand, if you lose an arm, if you lose a leg, Will you persevere? Will you continue to exist? If you lose a phone, if you lose a car, if you lose a pet, if you lose a child. Oh, but Yeshua, now you're talking about serious things. Losing a child. If you lose a child through an abortion, if you lose a child through a miscarriage, if you lose a child to cancer, if you lose a child to an accident, to murder, now we're talking serious, serious circumstances. Can you apply love to each of these circumstances, beloveds? Can you say, this circumstance bears no more weight than to losing a pair of earrings? What is loss anyway, beloveds? It is a releasing of an attachment that you had to an object. Buddha indeed has stated that the source of suffering is attachment. What have you attached yourselves to? And can you find freedom in the letting go? Attach yourselves to one thing and one thing only, beloveds, and that is the love of God. Bring forth the presence of God. Allow yourself to feel the breath of God. Feel the warmth of God when you stand in the sun, and allow the rays of the sun to beat upon you. Feel the presence of God against your eardrums when the words come from the lips of a beloved and say, I love you. Feel the presence of God at each and every moment that you are able to inhale and exhale. For as you know, God's breath breathes you. Can you be still long enough to allow the feeling of the inhale and the exhale be the very breath of God breathing you into existence? Can you manifest and bring forth the presence of love in all of its magnificence and all of its holiness and all of its divinity as the presence of God that you are? Or will you continue to choose to be mired within the thoughts and the words and the deeds of the chaos of this world? Make a different choice, beloveds. Choose love. Choose life. Choose freedom. Choose God. And allow the will of God to be your own. When you hear of willful children, children who say no, this is you. This is you who says, no, not God's will. Today it will be my will. I will do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and with whom I wish to do it. But I wonder why I suffer, you say. Imagine one day, imagine 1 hour, imagine 1 minute where you say, with my will, I choose to be in alignment with the will of God. What would that feel like? What would that look like? How would you design your day if you said at every moment, God, what would you have me do? How would you have me respond to this? God, where would you have me look for the things which I have lost? How is it that you are an extension of a piece of wood or a piece of metal? Because you are one and the same. You have these gifts, you have these abilities. They were always yours, they never left you. Allow yourself to find the treasure that is within you. And it starts with that knowing and understanding that God is where you are. For you are as God created you. Therefore, you are bestowed with all of the gifts, all of the abilities, and everything, everything that you could want is yours for the asking. So allow today to be joyful and happy and playful. Or allow today to be miserable. The choice is always yours. Greetings to you, beloveds. I will speak with you again.